Hey Lawn Care Nation, in this video we're going to talk about the time I almost got attacked by one of my customers' pet pit bull. Coming up. So hey Lawn Care Nation, in this video it's time for another edition of Just Another Day in Lawn Care. This week I'm going to tell you the story about the time where I almost got attacked by one of my customers' pet pit bull. So this was a customer that I took on early on in my business when I was first starting, either in my very first year or early on in my second year. And I was hungry for work and I was trying to build up that customer base. Now, this wasn't your ideal type of lawn that you would think about or want to be mowing. It was, a basic mow, trim, blow only type job. They weren't interested in fertilizing. They weren't interested in aerating or anything like that. In fact, they didn't even care about what the lawn looked like. They simply wanted it mowed. Now, I also noticed when I went to quote this lawn that the backyard was full of dog poop as well. But being early on in my business, I had no policies about dog waste or anything like that. And figured, whatever, you just mow over it as usual. So early on, as soon as I started doing this job, I would notice that they had this really angry looking pit bull. We're talking, the short, stout, 100% muscle, brown fur. This thing was just mean looking, and he was not playing games. And every week, as soon as I would pull up with the truck, he would be sitting there at the window on the second story. This was this big, large plate glass window, and he would be sitting there, and he was just not happy that I was there. And he would go ballistic, and I always would worry about, is this dog gonna break through this glass window on the second story and jump out and come after me? I don't think the dog even cares that he's on the second story. I think if he had the chance, he would jump out that window. Like I said, he was just going nuts. And every week it was the same story. I would show up and this dog would just go crazy, practically, foaming at the mouth to get at me. So lo and behold, one day I was doing the front yard, did it all, moved to the backyard, and I was trimming, and there was a door at the backyard to the house on the far corner. And I had my back towards facing the direction of that door. Luckily, it was on the other side of the yard. And as I was trimming, I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure if the owner, had headphones in or something like that and didn't hear me or didn't know that I was outside working. And maybe the dog was just, at the back door because he could hear me in the backyard. And the owner maybe thought that, he just wanted to go out to go pee or something like that. So the owner opened the door, and sure enough, this dog came charging at me at 100 miles an hour. And like I said, my back was fully facing the door and the dog. And something, I don't even remember hearing the dog, but my intuition or my spidey senses went up and something told me to turn around. And as I swung to turn around, I saw the dog coming, and luckily I was trimming. I just held the trimmer on full blast and I swung it in front of me to put it in between me and the dog. And the owner screamed at the dog, finally figured out what was going on, why the dog charged out the door so quickly, noticed that I was in the backyard. They screamed at the dog. Luckily, this dog appeared to be very obedient, and it literally stopped in its tracks the moment that owner yelled at it. Luckily for the dog, because it came within inches, I would say, of having its face rearranged by my trimmer. It was just a crazy situation. The dog turned around, went back in the house. I don't even remember if the owner said sorry or anything like that. They just went inside, closed the door, and lo and behold, I finished trimming that job. I took my mower, I mowed the job, I left, and I emailed them saying that I wasn't going to come back, that it just wasn't worth it for me between all the dog poop and, almost getting attacked by their dog, that it just wasn't worth it for me. So needless to say, I was shooken up, I was shaking at the time, and I started to think about, what, possibly could have happened to me, even if the dog didn't get a hold of my face or something like that, even if it was, grabbing my legs from behind, how that could have put me out of work for such a long time, or even what could have happened to the dog. It could have potentially, given that dog serious injuries enough to, kill the dog with the trimmer, with me just trying to protect myself. So like I said, I just decided that job just wasn't worth it for me. So that's it for this one, guys. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below. Let me know some of the craziest stuff that's happened to you in your lawn care business. If you like this type of just another day in lawn care type video, I'll leave another one for you guys to watch up here in this corner, or I'll leave one of my other videos for you to watch up here in this corner. So that's it for this one, guys. Here's to wishing you guys all overwhelming success and freedom in your lawn care business. Bye for now.